Can you see, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So we're looking at problem 10 from the supplement, the absolute value. And 10 says 1 minus the square root of 2 minus 5x plus 2 divided by the absolute value of x plus 5x plus 2. You may have been thrown off by this, because the rest is we've done this in class. So probably this is the only thing that probably bothers you, correct? It's very simple, right? So remember, this is 1.41 approximately. So 1 minus 1.41 is negative 0.41. In absolute value will be 0.41. So you don't really have to do anything with that. Just replace it by the square root of 2 minus 1 to get 0.41 without absolute value. It's just a number. So you shouldn't worry about that, right? It has to be a positive number. 1 minus the square root of 2 will be negative 0.41. If you put the absolute value, you get this. So all you have to do is reverse them, and you're done. This is already done. It's this. Because it doesn't have x. It doesn't have two options. If it has x in it, then it has two options. Otherwise, it doesn't have two options. It only has one. And this piece is what we covered so far. So let's start with the absolute value. So 5x plus 2 in absolute value has two options. 5x plus 2 when 5x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, or the opposite of 5x plus 2 when 5x plus 2 is less than 0. Is this okay? Is it okay so far? You've done this, right? Okay, so now I have to look at negative 5x plus 2 over the absolute value of 5x plus 2. And then I will incorporate that number, which means nothing. It's not going to affect anything. It's not going to change anything. I don't really care for it. Just a simple number. Okay, so when the absolute value can be replaced by this, then I have the same quantity, and it's minus 1. But I have to be very careful, because when I solve this inequality, I get greater than or equal to negative 2/5. But this time I cannot include negative 2/5. Can anyone explain why I cannot include negative 2/5?
If negative 2/5 is in the denominator, would make the fraction zero in the denominator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is that clear? Okay, and the other option is, when the denominator is replaced by this, we have positive 1. Because there is a negative in front, this is still 1, but with minus in front will eliminate this negative. So it's 1 for x less than negative 2/5. Remember, we never waste our time to solve the second inequality, ever. If the first one is greater than negative or equal to negative 2/5, this one must be less than negative 2/5. Mandatory. All I have to do is, in here, put this number. So now the whole thing, the square root of 2 minus 1 minus 5x plus 2 over the absolute value of 5x plus 2. It only has this number in front. I copy, I don't do anything else, but I just have the square root of 2 minus 1 minus 1 for greater than negative 2/5. The square root of 2 minus 1, but plus 1 for less than negative 2/5. So remember, when we have absolute value on a number, it's nothing. Yes, please.
Sorry, how did you get the negative 1 and 1 in the first place?
Okay. So when this absolute value is 5x plus 2, 5x plus 2 over 5x plus 2 with minus in front is negative 1. They are the same quantity. When this quantity is negative 5x plus 2 is still 1, but minus with minus will become plus. They are identical quantities, right? When you divide 10 by 10, you get 1. Is that okay? Good? Yeah? Perfect. Okay, so all I have to do now is just rewrite, because these two are the same. Is that clear? Yes? Okay, so the two options are the square root of 2 minus 2 for greater than negative 2/5, and the square root of 2 for less than negative 2/5. Nothing new. As I said, yes?
I just have a question. So why wouldn't the bottom inequality be inclusive? Because if the top one can't.
From the very beginning, you cannot include it in both.
Right, but it says.
It doesn't matter where you include it, this
Oh,
this
okay.
quantity is in the denominator.
Okay, so if the first one.
You
can't include
can
it, then-
never have negative 2/5. Never. This quantity is in the denominator.
Okay, that makes sense.
No matter which branch you're talking about, you cannot include negative 2/5. Yes, next question. You had a question?
I have no idea if it's the same as last. But why did you do it the greater to or equal to?
The denominator cannot be 0.
But I didn't. Either way.
I'm
What
sorry.
do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that.
When we talked about rational equations, before we even solved the rational equation, we stated restrictions. If you work on those problems, you will remember that the denominator can never be 0. Because a fraction that has a denominator 0 is undefined. So when you set 5x plus 2 equal to 0, move 2 and divide by 5, you get negative 2/5.
That can't be a negative.
So let's do this. A number divided by 0, a number divided by 0 is undefined. So I take the denominator, which is 5x plus 2, and I know it cannot be 0. I move 2, becomes negative 2. And I divide by 5. So x cannot be negative 2/5. Is that better? Everything in this class is connected to everything we've done before. Yes, other questions, please. Anything else? Yes, Mike?
I have another problem. with that.
Yes. Any questions on this? Everything clear? Can we do the other one, or we need help on the other one?
I'll try.
You'll try, okay, and then you'll let me know. Mike?
It's number 5 from Web of Science 2.7.
5 Weber sign from 2.7. Yes, I'm ready.
It's the absolute value of x plus 2 is greater than or equal to -9.
Okay,
And it's putting it in the error notation.
very good. Awesome. Any questions? Any questions? Are we okay now? Is this okay? Is that clear now?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, please.
What number is this?
Right here. 5 and Weber sign 2.7.
It's gonna be different. Right. Yeah, mine was interesting.
Of course, they're all different.
Mhm.
Oh, they're all different. Okay. So when we talk about the absolute value, what type of number is this? What's the definition of the absolute value? What did we say? It's the blah, blah. Right. So what type of number is this? Right. So is a positive number, no matter what, greater than or equal to -9? So then x in interval notation can be anything. Plug in any number. -5. -5 plus 2 is -7. The absolute value is 7. Is 7 greater than or equal to -9? Plug in 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. The absolute value of 2 is 2 greater than or equal to -9? I don't have anything.
So you don't actually have to solve?
There is nothing to solve. There is nothing to solve. Any number will work because a positive number will always be greater than or equal to -9. There is nothing to solve.
-12.
Okay, -12. -12 plus 2 is -10. The absolute value of -10 is 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to -9? No matter what you pick. That's it. Very good questions, both of you. Thank you. Anything else? Yes, please.
I
Ben.
have a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, on the other side,
Yes.
number 6, it's the absolute value of 3x minus 1 is.
The absolute value of
3x minus 1 is greater than 14.
just greater than.
Just greater.
Good. Okay. Have you looked at the problems we did in class? Excellent. So it means that we need help on this one. Can anyone translate this inequality? Because we know it's completely cleaned up. There is nothing we can do to simplify, and we cannot solve it unless we know what it equals to, what we need to solve instead of it. I don't know. If I don't know how to translate this, I will not be able to solve it. So how do we translate this? Into what? There are only two possibilities, less than when the absolute value is less than and when the absolute value is greater than. There are only two. So which one is it? Is it the one with the chain, that I solve everything and it's in between? Or is it the one with the outside? Just two options.
The outside.
Summer? The outside, correct. So how do I write it?
It would be, parentheses.
I have to translate it first. You cannot write the solutions just yet.
3x
Yes?
minus 1,
Yes?
comma if
Don't confuse the expressions with absolute value with inequalities with absolute value. Very good point you're making. This that we just looked at, it's not an inequality. Here we have to use that method to simplify. But when you solve inequalities with absolute value, it's a totally different story. We don't do that. We have to show the outside. Let's show the outside. 3x minus 1.
greater than
Yes. 3x minus 1.
That's my solution.
Very good. Awesome. The outside, not in between. If you select anything between negative 15 and 14, that's wrong. It has to be completely outside. Either completely greater than 14 or less than negative 14. Awesome. So 3x greater than 15 means x greater than 5, and 3x less than negative 13 means x less than negative 13 thirds. And the solution has to have the union. I'm ready for the solution. What is it?
negative 13,
Negative infinity to negative 13 thirds is to the left. Union,
5.
very good. I like to write this. It's okay. It's not mandatory. I like to write that x is a number in that interval, in that union of intervals. Anything else? Anything else?
Is the X interval there, is that the one,
It means x is in that interval. Is a number anywhere in that interval.
is that, but is that, can you replace that with that symbol that you wrote earlier?
Yes, yes, this is the mathematical symbol, x in the interval. Yes, please, if you want to, that's great. Okay? Okay, so let's work on this for 5 minutes. Open notes, open book, not your neighbors though. Okay? Sorry about that.
They didn't have your. Thank you.
But I think it's, oh, this is the one. Oh, your favorite. It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Or did you watch the video from last time? Okay.
Last class I was here.
Yes, I said, did you watch the video that I posted for last class?
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't absent.
What video was that? Sorry, my apologies. Or maybe the time before?
I've been here all the class.
Okay. I have to check because I may have an error then.